Why should I listen to your presentation? Why should I want to listen to this presentation? How is this important to me? Does this even involve me? These are the first questions that should be popping into your head as you are beginning to hear my presentation. My goal as a presenter is to make you feel as though, by the end of this presentation, you can answer these why questions. Because these are the first questions that pop into the audience's head, it is important to address them in the introduction. As a college student, presentation skills are vital to your success. It is one of those skills that bridges between all majors, from journalism and political science to economics and engineering. In all aspects of our careers, both educational and in the real world, we will be asked by our teachers and bosses to give presentations on many things, such as a topic in class, ourselves during an interview, or a company in a meeting. This is why good presentation skills are vital to your success, both here at KU and long after. My name is Cameron Wood. I am a student at the University of Kansas currently studying presentation skills, and I'm here to talk to you about how to take your presentation skills to the next level by making sure you have a great introduction that captures your audience from the very beginning and forces them to know why they need to listen. While your introduction is a very small portion of your actual presentation, it is extremely important. If someone has a bad introduction, they can lose the audience from the very beginning, making all of their hard work and research a total waste, even if ideas were great. Since there are so many key ingredients to making a great introduction, I am going to stick to the 3 most important that I think you should know to always remember. Number 1, start with something thought-provoking. Just as I did earlier, I began this presentation with a question. I asked why you should listen to me. This caused you to think and to involve yourself in my presentation. I then followed up immediately with just how important presentation is to your life, further involving you and why this is important to you. A presentation that does not connect to the audience in some way will be a very forgetful presentation. I could also start with a story to get everyone's attention. I could have explained a time when I had given a presentation in class and I was so unprepared that I actually left the room and vomited outside in the classroom. A good story can go a long way. Lastly, I could begin with a staggering statistic that would send chills down your spine. With this presentation specifically, the statistic wouldn't be that dramatic, but I could say something along the lines of, according to a study done by Prezi Survey, 70% of Americans say that good presentation skills are critical to their success at work. This statistic that includes majority of Americans can be a great way to ensure that the audience realizes that what you're saying is important and does in fact involve them. Number 2, establish your credibility. It is very important that your audience trusts you, because if not, why would they even bother listening to your presentation? It is vital that in your introduction you state who you are and why your audience should care. For example, I said, my name is Cameron Wood. I am a student at the University of Kansas currently studying presentation skills. This little sentence in my presentation is key to make sure that you, my audience, realizes why you should trust me and tell you about my presentation. Another way to do this is by citing your sources, such as when I said, according to a study done by Prezi Survey, before listing a statistic. This shows that I have done my research and have cited my findings. Lastly, number 3, state your goal. Before diving into the actual presentation, it is important to state your goal with this presentation so your audience knows what they should be focusing on while listening. I did this by saying, I am here to talk to you about how to take your presentation skills to the next level by making sure you have a great introduction that captures your audience from the beginning and forces them to know why they need to listen. This is a direct reflection on what I am here to talk to you about in my presentation and allows the audience to understand what they should focus on. I also listed what I was going to talk about by saying that I was going to talk about the 3 most important tips that I think you should always remember when it comes to presentations. This allows you to control what your audience takes from your presentation. While there are many ways to make a great introduction for your presentation, remembering these 3 tips is a great way to make sure you are giving the best presentation you can. Always remember to start with something thought-provoking, establish your credibility, and state your goal. Remembering these 3 tips will help you achieve success in your life both in college and after, no matter your area of study or your career choice. Thank you.